What's up guys, welcome to another C programming tutorial, and in this tutorial we'll be covering up type definition and enumeration, and if time permits we'll also cover up storage classes. Okay, so let's get started with type definition. So what I'll just show you what type definition does. Just typedef, it's short for type definition. And for example, if you have an integer which is if you have a variable of unsigned long int, okay, I'll just type it unsigned long int, okay, then it'll become a problem that typing it each and every time will become a big headache. I know you can copy and paste it, but I'll show you a simpler way for that. Okay, so just type uint, and what this does is all this thing will be equal to uint. Okay, that means you have given this whole big name, you have just converted the big name nickname to it, using which you can do the other stuffs, like if I just write uint. So now this becomes one of the data type, and I'll just put a variable ash in short for my name. And then I've equated initialized it to 4. Now I'll just print it and show you what it does. Okay, now just print it's a long unsigned int, right? So I'll just put LLU and ash. Okay, end it with a semicolon. Build and run it. You'll just see 4 over here. Okay, so that is how it is. All you did was, instead of writing this unsigned int long int, you just made it uint, and then this became a data type, and you gave a variable named ash, and it printed out 4. Just to show you another example, I'll just, instead of, now I've defined char as ch. Now ch, I'll take a variable name a and I'll equate it to b. Okay, so what this I'll just make it print out the char. It is a char, so conversion specifier will be c, %c, and put a. Don't forget the semicolon. Build and run, and there you go, it prints out b. So that was type definition. Now we'll do something called enumeration. For enumeration, let me just say that I'm making a function which will just check about the weather. So I'll just name a function named weather, and it is depending on the season. Okay, so we don't have any data type named season. Okay, so what, with the help of enumeration, we can do that. So I'll just show you that. We'll just type def, and for the keyword for enumeration is enum, and then type in the enumerants, or the the seasons which we want: summer, fall, winter, and spring. Those will be called as enumerant, and you can separate them using the comma. You can write it in a multiple line, but I'll just keep it in the same line. Summer, fall, then winter, then spring. Okay, and here you're gonna specify it the name, so I'll call this enumeration as season. Okay, and don't forget the semicolon, that's way too important over there. So what this did was, it defined an enumeration named season, and these are called its enumerants, and you separate it with a comma. Okay, so now let's just this is the function prototyping, as you all know. We'll just build the function now. I'll just copy it, paste it over here, and let's see what it does. I'll say if the value of s equals to summer, then I want it to printf it's hot. Okay, it's getting cold. Winter, then I want to print it out as the main function. Let's just call this one, and it's weather, and we'll just pass parameter summer. Okay, now hopefully there are no errors. Let's just build and run it. It prints out it's hot, okay, because it went to summer and it saw over here s is equal to summer, it prints out it's hot. So if I change it to spring, I say, then and it says it's getting warm. Okay, so that is what enumeration is. Now I'll show you one more thing. Now what will happen if I write integer value over here, say 2, then if I build and run it, it'll say it's freezing. You'll say, what is this, man? You entered an integer and it showed again, but it was 2 is not equal to s. You didn't specify it as 2 is equal to s, then you'll show freezing. So what this does is enumeration internally, it will give numbering to this. So this summer will be 0, 1, fall will be 1, this will be 2, and this will be 3. Okay, so if you type 3 over here, it should show spring. So it's getting warm. So this was enumeration. Now as we have time, we'll jump into storage classes. Even that's pretty easy. I'll just clean this up. I've just cleaned it up. So let me tell you what storage classes are. First, storage classes, it just refers to like when you declare a variable. Storage classes, it will just refer when, where, and how the storage spaces for your variable will be allocated or deallocated. And the storage classes are sometimes also referred as storage duration. We have 4 distinct storage classes, namely they are auto, static, register, and extern. I'll just show you auto first. Auto is nothing but by default. It'll be by default the values which you assign. It'll be by default. Like let's print it out. Printf %d and new line, and I'll just put n. So what this does is it'll allocate the memory for this over here, and when it terminates from this block, it'll deallocate it. So that'll be in the auto mode. Okay, so it prints out 7. Now let me just take a loop to show the difference between static and auto. So I'll just take I just int I. Okay, so for I is equal to 0, put a semicolon, then I'll keep the counter till 5, then I plus plus. So what this has to do is okay, so what this will do is it'll loop through it every time, and if I incremented the value of n won't change. It'll be 7777. As you can see it over here, it's 7, 7, and 7. As we saw, the value of it didn't change, it still printed out all the 7. Now let me show you what static is. I'll just type static, and what static does is I'll just show you and then tell you. See, it just printed out 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so what static does is it's like it'll keep the value of 7, but as soon as it changes, it'll take the new value. Okay, it stays there and it'll change the value. It was 7, it came over here, it is post increment, so it'll change it to 8. So now static, it'll keep the value of 8 with it, and then again it'll increment, so it'll keep the value of 9 with it. So it keeps on changing there. And now let me tell you register is nothing, it is similar to that of auto, but the difference between auto and register is just that it'll tell computer to store that in a register instead of I can say temporary storage memory. You just store it in a register. So if I type register, and if I do, it'll print out the output same as that of auto, but the difference, as I said, it'll store it in a register, and that makes it a little faster than temporary storage. Now let me tell you something about extern. Okay, so For extern, we'll take up a new file. Go to file, go to new, and then open an empty file. Okay, tell yes, it'll be included over there. I'll just show you. I'll just call it, I just have it over here. I'll just take it. I'll just take that func, press OK, and you can see it over here. You've already got it, func. Inside this, let's just make a function. I'll just type include and stdio.h, and inside this I'll take a variable. I'll just call it int variable, and it will initialize it to 7, and then I'll just make a function void and func. Okay, and what this does is it'll just print out this is a function from func. Okay, ignore the spelling mistakes. Okay, now what we'll do here is we'll just import it. We'll just type extern, and what was it, wired? Oh, I just spelled it wrong. Extern, it was void func, so all you have to do is you'll have to write void func. Okay, don't forget to put a semicolon over here, and then just write just call the function. Just type func. I'll call the function and build and run it. You can see that it shows this is a function from func. 7 is from this one. I'll just clean that up. I'll just put a new line over here. I'll just build and run it. You see this is a function from func. Okay, what it did was, as you can see here, both of these are under the same folder. It will link both of these together. So as you can see, it just linked this file and this file. You can also do the same thing with the variable. All you have to do is type extern and type int. I guess I named it var, and then per semicolon. And what I'll do here is I'll just print the value of var. It was an int %d, and new line comma var. Okay, so I'll just build and run it. As you can see, I'll just change the variable here to a different number, say 1 2, because they are close to each other. Let's build and run it. It'll print out this is a function from func, and 12. 12 is for the variable name which we gave. I'll just take it in a new line as well, and there you go. Build and run it. That's it. So that's pretty much about the storage classes, and what this did was it just linked both of these together, and you could import all the functions over here into this one. So that's it, guys. That's it for this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next tutorial where I don't know what we'll cover, but we'll see. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. If you have any doubt, please leave a comment below on YouTube, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.